Hello, I'm Chef Vivien, French chef. Today, pastry puff, the famous French dessert. Now the good consistency. We can see it's very nice. Any type of decoration. Here is our Paris-Brest, which takes its name from the race, which is not famous at all. Paris-Brest, from Paris to Brittany, city Brest, and return to Paris. And one pastry chef had a nice idea to make something in the shape of bicycle wheel. It's very nice. It's based in pastry puff and wonderful cream of praline, taste of caramel and hazelnut, toasted hazelnut, praline. Not very difficult recipe today. I will show you all little tricks to get a nice result. And we will do the simple recipe and the basic, the real one, the real traditional old one that you can find in France in any patisserie boulangerie. So for this we need to start with pastry puff, which is water, eggs, butter and flour. This is for the cream. I say water, but you can mix water and milk half and half, but if it's the first time you make pastry puff, it's better to start with only water. It's easier. So I will show you only with water today. In this water, which is cold, we put a bit of salt, usually around 5 grams. We put a bit of sugar, usually like 10, 15 grams. Let's put 15 because it's dessert. And put the butter cut in little cubes, and on top you think maybe it's dirty, but it's not dirty. Tonka beans to give the flavor also to the dough. Could be vanilla powder. Once again, my pan is off. My flour is already, I have already the volume that I need, so I can start. I bring to boil this mixed water and butter. And I prepare already the next step. It will be incorporating the eggs. I will do with this pastry helper, but you can completely do it. I will explain you how to do it just with spatula. If you have a pastry helper, you use this, I don't know, in French we say leaf, une feuille. Maybe in English you also say leaf, because draw of the leaf. When it is boiling, we put in once all the flour and we mix. You can slow down a little bit the fire. When you start, there is like little pieces and you think it's a problem, but no. When you will mix, follow to mix, continue to mix, all will turn okay. And this is called in French panade. It's the same base when we make pike perche quenelle. Now I follow to mix and to dry my dough, to evaporate maximum water in order to be able to add maximum eggs. As more water goes up, more egg I can add, so it will be better and more puffy. It doesn't stick at all. And when you think it's finished, it doesn't stick at all, doesn't stick to spatula, you can put it here or in your cold bowl and follow and continue to mix to evaporate. You will see now there is still evaporating steam here. Now we crack the eggs one by one. We check it, and if it's good and this not too hot, we can start to add it. And wait a little bit more. If it's too hot, the eggs will cook, so we don't want to cook the eggs, and we add it one by one. If you do with hands, you will feel that it's a bit difficult to add an egg in this dough, but you will see it's possible, completely feasible. Because the first times seems to be strange, but it's okay after. It's mixing, and you will have the same with hands. And when it's more homogeneous, like now, we can add second egg. The third egg, and the last one, we will crack it, but we don't put it. We will mix it like omelette, and we will add little by little. I know that it's really possible to put all the egg because they are little. But when you have this dough, this consistency, which is still too thick, you need to be a little bit more tender, let's say. So we will add the eggs, but just to show you that you need to control the texture, so that every time the last egg in your recipe, you add little by little. I don't put all. So I check once again. The dough is moving, but still too slowly. So I need to add all the egg, and it will be perfect. I prepared the pastry bag. I put a big hole, like 15 millimeters. This one. You can use maybe better 16 or even 17 millimeters. My dough must be ready. It is shiny, now the good consistency. I put in the pastry bag. Feel free to use the Mary's silicone spatula to put all your preparation in the pastry bag, better than in the dishwasher. Okay, it's ready to use. Now I take baking paper, I made a circle this way on this side, so I turn it. We are ready to make a circle. Before you put a little bit of dough down your paper in order to fix it easily. Now we make a bicycle wheel. You can do little ones, after you can, with the rest, you can do many other things, gougere and so on. Now we just make this one, and I show you a trick. Here was my egg. I crack another egg, because for the cream, for this amount, I need not a full egg and one yolk for the cream. So I crack one egg, and I will use a little bit of this to make egg wash on this. My oven is at 175 degrees. Just a little bit of egg wash on top in order to put raw almond leaves to make them stick on top. You're ready to put this in the oven for about 25 minutes. I will explain when it will be ready. About 25 minutes at 175 degrees Celsius. Hopla! Now it's time to make the cream for the praline cream. It's like pastry cream, usual, but we will transform in mousseline. So it's pastry cream plus butter, unsalted butter. And of course, to give the taste of praline. I take the milk. On the milk I put yesterday night vanilla seeds and a little bit of Tonka beans. I give a very nice flavor to the milk. I put a bit of sugar to help that the milk will not stick to the pan, to the bottom of the pan. And we switch on. And we have time to take the rest of our egg. This is a white egg. And I will add one yolk. Hop. So this amount of egg for this amount of cream, it's enough. You can really play with this amount of eggs, of yolk, of egg plus yolk. It depends the texture you want. We add the sugar. We mix. You make it become a little bit white, foamy and white, just to dissolve the sugar. And now we make the real tradition recipe. So it's cornstarch and flour. You can use only cornstarch, you can use only flour, but the original recipe is both. We mix, thick our sauce. Our milk is boiling, it's boiling. We add a little bit. We mix. We add a little bit, we mix. And we coming back to the pan. Now we cook. And we don't stop to, you don't stop to mix. And you do the borders like this, the angles. When it starts to disappear the foam, it's because it starts to be cooked. Alright, it's thick and it's made pluk pluk like this. It's cooked. It's cooked. As more you want it elastic and strong for some stuff, you can cook a little bit more. But for in this case, we don't want. We bring back here. You will see in this recipe what's very nice is you're cooking your pastry puff, and in this time, more or less, you do the cream, you do the stuff, and after you put it all together. So this is pastry cream. Now we transform in praline cream. All the praline. I will explain you what is praline maybe. So it's basically a simple recipe. Or basically you can buy it. You can buy it or you can make it. The most simple recipe to make it, you take half amount of 1 amount of almond, 1 amount of hazelnut, 2 amounts, sorry, of sugar. With these 2 amounts of sugar, to make dry caramel, you just put sugar in a pan and you bring it to golden brown color. It's liquid and you put it in silicone and you let it cold. And you will have a piece of hard caramel. And the nuts, hazelnuts and almonds, you put in oven about 10-15 minutes, 160 degrees Celsius to toast them. And after you take these nuts, you take this caramel, you broke it, you put all in a good blender, a powerful blender, to mix all this together strongly and about 5-6 minutes. So you need a good blender. And the nuts will release his oil, make an emulsion, and this is called praline. This is one version of simple praline. I do another recipe, but which is a little bit harder to explain if you don't do it. So we mix now this together to incorporate maximum air and to cool it down. And when it will be around 45 degrees, let's say, we will mix this with butter in the kitchen helper better. In order to cool it down quicker, I will put in the bowl of the kitchen helper. We need the whisk, and we need the butter room temperature. It's completely creamy. Now I need to check the temperature. It's perfect. So we can incorporate the butter little by little. It smells so good. Cannot imagine the smell of hazelnut. It's very, very intense. It's even more intense if you do your own praline. Now we have a fantastic crème mousseline praline. Just before I made another one, so we put in the same one to cool it down to be able to stuff our Paris-Brest, which is gently growing in the oven. It's nice. It's good because my pastry bag was already cold, so this will cool down quicker, and we store in the fridge for about half an hour to make it cold and strong. This stuff is ready when all little pieces, there is no one place really yellow, but all a bit golden. It's ready. So now it's time for our wheel to cool down on a grid. Put it on a grid. Hop. And we let it cool down. It's time for dressing. We need to cut it with knife bread in the middle, and you turn around. When it's done, you separate and you do like this in order to cover with the same place. Hop. Well, we can see it's very nice because you can see very nice inside with nice bubbles, big bubbles inside, and soft and like milky, even though there is no milk, but sweet, soft. And we take the cream, a little bit cool down in the freeze to go faster. And now you stuff any type of decoration. As you see, I put a nice amount of cream. Don't forget to put in a plate before you do this. And we come back to put the top in his place. Some icing sugar, just for tradition. And now, basic, typical dessert Paris-Brest is ready. Now it's better to store it in the fridge before you serve it. That is why I put it in the fridge. And to show you, I will use also one that I made some hours before. I just cover it. So this one spends 2 hours and a half in the fridge, so we can cut it. Here is our Paris-Brest. Now the best moment. You need to control the quality. It's sweetness and texture and taste is sweetness, all sweetness. Don't forget to put like and subscribe to this channel.